I first heard about the CILIPS Green Libraries grant through the Green Libraries Network, and then again at the CILIPS 23 conference. The Green Libraries grant was really inspiring for us here at West Dunbartonshire Libraries. We have a wonderful garden behind me at Alexandria Library, and we really felt it was important to try and advance our community outreach and kind of all that we do with the garden. But you know, it was a little bit of a nebulous idea, and I think the Green Libraries grant really pushed us to think with creativity on how to create a project that would really be accessible to all members of the community in an exciting and generative way. As part of my role as sustainability coordinator, I've applied for small pockets of funding. We applied for some funding with Screen Scotland for a creative climate justice project based on filmmaking. But other than that, applying for funding was something fairly new to me. The CILIPS Green Libraries grant was a really easy to understand application form, and it felt quite straightforward to be able to answer the questions. You know, it felt like the questions were written in a way to support you through the process. I think my main advice to people applying for pots of funding for either a Green Libraries project or a Libraries project in general is really to kind of notice what's kind of working with your community. Here in West Dunbartonshire Libraries, we had kind of noticed that creative climate action was a real way to access underserved communities, and I think through noticing that, we could then build our project of an environmentalist-in-residence in a way that feels like it's really meeting the needs of the communities we serve. So I think that would be a small piece of advice. And yeah, also just to find what you're enthusiastic about following. You know, I think that hopefully came through in our application, and I'm sure would come through in an application that anyone else was to write to. The Environmentalist-in-residence project for the CILIPS Green Libraries grant was first inspired by the Toronto Public Library and the British Library Environmentalist-in-residence projects. And they're kind of projects where an environmentalist comes into a library, responds to the collections with kind of climate-related programming and kind of science-based workshops. We wanted to slightly turn that on its head a little bit and make it to be more of an artist-in-residence project. So an ecological artist can come into primarily Alexandria Library and respond with our collection and our garden with ecological art interventions, because creative interventions have worked really well with the community here. So an ecological artist in residence, we're really excited to have someone that will be here for a micro-residency of approximately 35 hours. The artist will be leading 2 public workshops for young people aged 12 to 17, and we're really excited for it. I think it's going to bring a lot of creativity to life in the library, and especially at a time when the garden is in its fallow period, I think also brings some new life into the garden during winter. So really excited for the project to start. I think the people that will benefit most from our Environmentalist-in-residence project will be the young people who the artist will be leading creative workshops with. So young people aged between 12 to 17 in the local area. We're really excited to consult with local youth organisations and secondary schools to really be able to dismantle any barriers that young people have to accessing these workshops, be that awkward timing or lack of food at the workshops. And so we're really hoping to kind of creatively engage young people and hope that it'll make a difference in their lives, even if just adding a bit of excitement to their afternoon.